Okay, Mike. The things I like about your swing are the following. Actually, your grip's not a problem. You told me that you're going to think about it. If your grip pressure would fluctuate, the club would wiggle around, or your hands are fighting each other, it's not the most orthodox grip. However, your hands were working pretty well, and the club was stable, and that's most important, right? And it looks like it's natural to you. I was going to say, so I'm not going to touch that. Club head is squared up behind the ball. It's also very good. Club and ball in the center of your stance for an iron. That's perfect. Shoulder width apart. Your feet. It's just you tend to kind of sit down a little bit and be a little too crowded. Okay, so so if you had a little more of a spine angle versus more of that erect angle to your spine, by tilting and then flexing those knees, you're going to find yourself having to step back a little bit, as you did. Just giving yourself space now to be able to turn, rotate, and pivot, as opposed to being over top of it like that, right? So, better posturing and better balance, and as a result, your chin could be slightly separated from your neck and still see the ball. That's verification of balance, right? So that curl in there, because you can't see it without it, right? That's why you're tucked in. So we're going to watch the takeaway from this position. And you can see the first thing you got to do is kind of take it back with your wrist and hands, the club head. It's almost like you got to kind of get that right arm to go from being rigid to being softened and released. So the wrist fan it up, a little hitch there. Club gets taken a little bit outside plane, but you do a good job of placing it. Now, at the top of your swing, there's that lift, right? So instead of winding from the start, your hands go out, they lift, and next thing you know, you're up here. So the spine angle is actually straightened on a couple swings. That when you maintain your posturing. Way back down, you drop the club back, get a little bit over the top, club comes outside the ball line, and then it's about timing and hands turning over, which you did there to square it, but sometimes that's going to be late or early, which results in the flare-ups one way or another. So, the less moving parts to your swing, the better. A little more room, a little better balance will allow the club to go more directly back from the ball with the rotation or turn in one piece, and then use your legs to rotate through without having to steer the club back as much. All right.